So, welcome everyone. Namaste. Making yourself comfortable in a seated position, creating a gentle lift into your spine, dropping your shoulders down away from your ears, and hips and legs heavy and dropping toward the floor. Giving yourself just a little bit of time to let go of the day and bring yourself into the present, letting go of attachment to thoughts, ideas, plans. Just really starting to orient your awareness in the sensations of your body and awareness of your breath. And starting to really focus on your breath now without changing or judging your breath, simply following the natural journey and rhythm of your breath in through your nose, down into your lungs, and following it back out again. No need to breathe deep at this point. Just breathing with awareness and allowing whatever your body feels like it needs to happen. So it might be the occasional sigh, it might be a little deep breath here and there, it might be consciously just watching your breath. Nice. Let's take two more natural breaths. And either continuing on in this same fashion or coming into alternate nostril breathing, bringing your right hand and then right thumb to your right nostril, left, sorry, pinky to the left nostril, and we'll use our thumb and our finger to close off and open up our nostril, opening from one side to the other. So we'll close off the right nostril first and take a breath in through the left nostril. Close off the left nostril with the pinky and exhale out through the right nostril, opening it up. Inhale through the right nostril, closing off the right nostril, opening the left. Exhale through the left nostril. I'll guide you through a few more rounds and then we'll just drop into our own rhythm. Inhaling through the left nostril, closing it off, opening the right, exhaling through the right. Inhale through the right. Close it off with your thumb, open the left, exhale. Inhale through the left. Closing it off with the pinky, opening up the right nostril, exhale. Just continuing on this way in your own rhythm. Let's do one more full round. Lower your hand to your lap. Come back to your regular breathing pattern. We'll move into 5 rounds of Goranga breathing. So, this is a form of both pranayama and meditation practice. Mantra means to draw the mind away from. So, when we focus on saying and listening to this spiritual sound, it helps to draw our mind away from our thoughts, from our body, from everything happening in this world around us, and brings us into one pointed, relaxed focus on the mantra. So, we'll inhale, and as we exhale, we'll say the sound Goranga for the entire length of the exhalation. So you can sink in with me if you like, or you can just go in your own breath rhythm. So exhaling completely. Take a breath in and say the sound Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Goranga. Goranga. And relax into your regular breathing pattern, allowing the effects of the mantra to resonate through your mind and heart. And bringing your palms together, rubbing your palms together until you feel some heat generated between your palms. And then we'll open our palms over our face, bringing that warmth to our face, and then patting down through the jaw, temples, around the neck, giving yourself just a gentle little loving squeeze and massage through the tops of the shoulders, awakening the body. Good. And all right, let's begin our asana practice now. We'll take the right leg out, bringing the left foot in. So you're going out on an angle here. Inhale, raising the left arm up, and exhale, sliding your right hand down your right leg, flexing your toes back toward you. So we're going to take it easy, just at the beginning of our practice, warming up. So don't feel like you're going to go into a deep stretch straight away. We'll do some little dynamic movements to help us ease into the pose. All right, lifting back up to center, taking the right hand to the left knee and spiraling around to the left, turning to look over your left shoulder, pressing your hand against your leg to help you lift and rotate. One more breath here. And release back to center, reaching over to the right again, just for one breath. And coming back up, revolving to the left. One more time, reaching up and over to the right. And come back to center, wrap around to the left. Good. And now this time we'll come back to center, and then we'll take a fold over that leg. So just walking your hands down, reaching for your foot, going into a bit of a diagonal side bend, pressing your hips down toward the floor as you lengthen over your right leg. Good. Two more breaths here. And raising the left arm up. Exhale, planting the hand down behind you. Taking it easy with this one again because we're still warming up. Rolling up onto the top of your left shin as you reach up through the hips, reaching your right arm up and back. So all you're doing here is, doesn't matter how it looks, just going for a really nice full front body opening. And exhale, release. And let's change sides. Extending your left leg out, bringing your right foot in. Sliding the left hand down and reaching the right arm up and over, flexing your left toes back toward you, easing into the stretch, breathing naturally as you hold. Seeing if you can create space for yourself in every pose. And lifting back up. Rotating around to the right, bringing your left hand to your right knee, turning to look over your right shoulder. Gently press into the front of that knee, pressing down into your back hand so that you can lift through the spine and also spiral around to the right. And come back to center. Let's do it a little bit more dynamic, moving with your breath, reaching up and over, coming back up and lift around to the right. Exhale back to center. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale. And spiral to the right. Good. And let's do one more. Coming back. Up. And over. And this time come back to center and fold over the left leg, reaching for your foot. Folding forward, holding here for 5 breaths, pressing the sole of the right foot into your inner thigh. Beautiful. Release. Take the right arm up and over, planting the right hand down behind you. And inhale as you lift and roll onto the top of your right shin, pressing the hips forward, reaching the top arm up and open. And exhale. Beautiful. Crossing your legs and walking your hands forward, folding forward, getting a nice big reach happening through your arms. So lots of length through your spine, sinking back into your hips. And if your forehead comes to the floor, you can bring it to the floor. Or if you have a block, you might like to stack a block underneath your forehead. And we'll hold here for another 5 breaths. If you're in the mood for stillness, just holding here. Or if you're in the mood for a little bit more movement, you can walk your hands to the left for a breath or two, and then walk them over to the right for a breath or two. Letting go into your breath. Allowing the pace of your breath to be natural and steady. One more breath here. And look between your hands. See if you can pull yourself forward to come up onto all fours. Stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees, spreading your fingers and thumbs nice and wide. This is a really great pose to coordinate your breath and your movement for your practice, to mobilize your spine, and also to practice activation or bandha through the hands and wrists. So with your fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide, actively press down into your palms, and you'll notice this strengthening and activation through your wrist that travels all the way up to your shoulders. That's a really good foundation for any kind of work while we're on our hands. So pressing down and also pressing down into the front of your ankles and shins, and feeling that nice active and stable foundation. And now moving with your breath, inhaling to tilt your pelvis forward, looking forward and arching your back, feeling your spine elongate. Exhaling to tuck the tailbone, drawing the chin in toward your chest, rounding your spine in the opposite direction, and gazing toward your belly button. Inhale, looking forward, lengthening your spine. Exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Let's do 2 more rounds in your own breath rate. And then come back to center. Take a breath. Now, keeping that strong foundation, pressing down into your palms, nice and strong through your shoulders and across your chest. Inhale, raise the right leg up. So, raising the leg as high as is accessible for you, keeping the right hip rolling down. So, pressing that hip down as you take the leg back and up, reaching back into your toes. Navel gently drawing in to support your lower back. Holding here for another 2 breaths. Pressing down into your palms, pressing down into your shin. Exhale. Lower your right knee to the floor. Let's take a little round out through your spine in the opposite direction and then come back to neutral. Activate your foundation and inhale, extending the leg back and up, keeping the hip working down as you reach the leg up. Finding a steady breath. Good. One more breath here. And exhale. Knee to the floor. Rounding through the spine. Stretch out and come back to center. Take the knees out wide and the big toes together. We'll thread our arms through just to give our arms and shoulders a short break because we're going to do thread the needle next. So turning your head to one side. And turn your head to the other side. The center. Hands come back to center, walking them out, coming back up onto all fours. Moving with your breath and taking your time with each breath as well. You don't have to go at my pace. Let it be your own practice. I'm just here to guide you. Inhale, reaching up, taking the right arm up. And exhale, taking your right arm down and through, lowering your right shoulder to the floor and bringing your right cheek to the floor. And just try to keep your hips stacked above your knees. And then we'll float the left arm up. Exhale, placing it either on your sacrum or wrapping it around to catch the front of your right thigh. Good. Holding here. Peeling the top shoulder back for more of a stretch. Option to extend the left leg out to the side. Maybe you can catch your toes. Trying to soften into your face. One more breath here. Exhale. Unravel your arm. If you had your leg extended, bringing it back and press yourself up onto all fours. Take a breath in between sides. And when you're ready, inhale, taking the left arm up, and exhale, taking it down and through, left shoulder to the floor. Hips are stacked above the knees, raising the right arm up, and exhale to place it on your sacrum or catching the left thigh. And then just gradually start drawing that top shoulder back. Maybe extending the leg out to the side. Oh, nearly toppled over. I actually don't have space for it. My wall's too close. And holding here for a few breaths. One more breath. And release. Slowly unraveling, coming back onto all fours. Come back and sit on your heels, turning your palms up, and take a breath. And taking your hands forward again, dive your chest down to the floor. Breath, floor. Hands underneath your shoulders. Let's warm up into cobra pose. So inhale, lifting the head and shoulders, pressing down into your palms, coming about halfway up, elbows working into the ribs. And then exhale, lower down. We'll just do that for a few more breaths, lubricating all those nice intervertebral joints, plumping up the discs with a little bit of motion. Good. Let's do one more. And now to pressing down into your palms, lifting up. I always have my navel slightly drawn in to protect my lower back. If you don't feel like you need it, you might be able to relax completely. But engaging through the thighs, the hips, reaching back into your toes. And again, pressing down into your palms. Broad through the collarbones, soft into the face. Nice. And lower down. Tuck your toes under. Press back onto your knees. With your fingers and thumbs pressed nice and wide, we'll lift our hips, coming up into downward dog. You might need to walk your hands slightly forward. And just like we set up our base for on all fours, you want to have that same strong foundation. So fingers and thumbs spread nice and wide. Press into your palms and then lift the hips back. Starting by lifting and lowering your heels just to open up through the backs of the legs. And when you feel ready, you can lift both heels nice and high. Reach, reach, reach into your hips. Press the floor away. Then exhale, heels moving down toward the floor. So with your downward dog, it is a nice balance of effort and ease. So instead of trying to drop or letting go completely into your shoulders, which might feel good for a while, but you'll feel a tiny little pinch in your shoulder joints. See if you can draw in through the chest, press the floor away, and stay active through your shoulders. Scooping in through your belly. Spine is nice and long. Heels are reaching toward the floor. Maybe a soft bend in the knees if needed. Holding here for a few more breaths. coming down onto your knees anytime you need to rest. One more breath here. Look between your hands, walking your feet forward to meet your hands. And slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Head is the last to come up, finding ourselves in mountain pose. Take a breath here, letting everything balance out after that nice inversion. And step your feet hip distance apart, taking your hands to your hips, shoulders down away from your ears, hinging at the hips as you fold forward. Bringing your hands to the floor, or you can take hands to blocks to press down. The other option is to take a belt around the soles of your feet and hold the belt one side in each hand. And that way you can draw against the belt to fold forward. Really nice, actually. Helps you lengthen out through the back of your body. If you're able to reach for your toes, taking your first two fingers around your big toes. And we'll go through a little dynamic series of inhale, lifting, lengthening through our spine, and exhale, folding, drawing our torso in toward our legs. Anytime this feels too strong, bring a little bend into your knees. Still getting lots of benefits. It's a really nice, cozy, feel good pose. Sometimes I do even half-half. Do a nice stretch, elongation, but then I'm like, okay, back to cozy. Go for a little micro bend in the knees. So let's keep moving like that, inhaling with our breath and exhaling, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen, drawing up against the toes. Exhale, folding in. One more. Nice. Two options here. One is to stay actively folding forward, drawing against the toes and really just holding as you draw your torso in. Other option is to go a more passive, relaxed version, hanging forward, cradling your elbows in your arms and letting your head just dangle. We'll stay there for another 3 breaths. And release. Take your hands to your hips. Soft bend through the knees. Lift up. Come back up to standing. And we'll give ourselves some time for all of our circulation, that inversion to balance out. Good. Stepping your feet just a little wider, turning your toes out. And coming down into a deep squat, malasana. Option here for a little extra elevation, you could have a blanket or a prop of some kind, like a bolster. Oh, I've got a little friend on my bolster. Taking your heels to the bolster and then lowering down like so. Bringing your elbows to the insides of your knees, palms together, and your thumbs can run right into your heart center area, so pressing up against that breastbone area. And then you have the option to intensify the pose by actively pressing the elbows to the knees and lifting into the crown of your head. as you simultaneously allow your hips to drop down. So again, you're getting a nice lengthening in the spine, opening through the hips. Shoulders down away from your ears. Just a few more breaths here. Nice. Now pressing our palms together, challenge, mobility challenge to press down into the soles of your feet and come all the way up to standing. Whew. Release, shake out your legs, and we'll step our feet out wide for a short series of standing postures, and then we'll make our way down to the floor. Standing with feet out wide, we'll turn the right toes out, bending through the right knee, coming into warrior two. Your back foot is turned in slightly, and that creates a little bit of a tension line running up the outer side of the leg all the way down to the foot, which is good for meridian stimulation, good for pressure changes, all that kind of good stuff in our circulatory system. And then we try to stack the knee above the ankle or as close as feels doable. Pressing down actively into your feet, lifting through your inner arches. Inhale, raising your arms up to shoulder height. Turning to look just beyond your right fingertips. And see if you can tap into that experience of everything from your waist down is active and grounding. And then everything from your waist up is lifted, light, effortless. One more breath here. And dropping the left hand down the back leg. Right arm reaches up and back, going into reverse warrior. Good. And reaching up and forward, lowering your forearm to the top of your right thigh. Inhale to sweep the left arm up, bringing it to just above your ear. Keep pressing down firmly into your feet. And even though we've got our forearm resting here, we still want to lift actively through our upper body. So we're not collapsing down into it. It's there as a bit of a supportive prop. One more breath here. Then reaching through the top fingers, guiding yourself back up to standing, turning the right toes in. Let's take a breath before we move to the other side. Give our legs a little break and turn the left toes out. Right big toe slightly in. Lower down into a left knee bend. Stacking the knee above the ankle. Lifting through the inner arches. Nice and active through the hip area. Inhale the arms out to the side, turning to look over your left fingertips. Finding a steady breath. One more breath here. And take it back. Nice big reach. Opening up through the side body. Compression through the right body, right side body. And exhale. Come forward, forearm to the thigh. Inhale. Take the arm down and up over your ear. Turning to look up toward the sky. Staying nice and active through our feet. And leading with the top hand, coming back up to standing, turning the toes in, lower your arms, heel toe your feet back together. And let's take a couple of breaths here. Hmm. Sorry, that was louder than I thought. One more breath. Nice. All right, making your way down to the floor. I'm going to go from downward dog, but feel free to go from a tabletop position. We'll go step the right foot in between the hands, back knee to the floor, tucking flattening out through the back toes, and two hands resting on the right knee as you carefully and slowly lower down into a lunge. We'll make it dynamic like we have throughout our practice, just easing into it with a bit of movement. Exhale to lower into the lunge. Inhale to lift up. And then on the fifth one, exhale, and we'll hold for 5 breaths. If you have the energy for it, you can raise your arms up. And if you're feeling like it's a little bit strong on that back knee, just take a little cushion or a blanket under your knee for a bit of padding. All right, hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes under and either step back into tabletop or downward dog. Take a breath. Step the left foot forward, back knee to the floor, and flatten the back foot. Hands to your front knee, working with your breath to exhale down. Inhale, lift. You might notice that your breath naturally feels perhaps a little slower and deeper now. You might notice there's a bit more length in your breath. And on your fifth one, relax, holding here for 5 breaths, maybe taking the arms up. Release your hands to the floor and step back into, we'll go into a child's pose now. So knees together, feet together, hips to your heels, and laying your belly over your thighs, forehead to the floor, arms by your sides. Allowing, feeling gravity drawing your body down. One more breath here. And coming down onto your back for bridge pose. We're going to be very soon making our way down into relaxation through some postures on our back. I'm going to do bridge pose with my feet on top of a bolster. If you'd like to try that, it just gives you a little bit more lift and helps to bring the chest in toward the chin a little bit more. Completely optional. So if you are going to use the bolster, just taking your hips to the top of the bolster, pretty much setting yourself up as you would a normal bridge pose. I don't know if you saw the little spider run across the floor, but my little friend on my bolster just left. Okay, that's good. I thought I was worried I might squash him, so that's good. Okay, feet to the floor, arms down alongside your body. And shoulders down away from your ears, and already start to feel the shoulder blades, your shoulders, your arms in contact with the floor, just like we did with our postures of focusing on building from that foundation first. So you're going to make sure you feel that contact of feet to the bolster or the floor, shoulders to the floor. And lifting from there, Lifting your hips and feeling your chest moving in toward your chin. Lifting up through the hips, lifting up through the sternum. Turning your palms down, pressing gently into your palms. And to go a little further, you can interlock your hands underneath your body and squeeze the shoulder blades together. So you're essentially rolling onto the tops of your shoulders, upper arms, and pressing down into your forearms, pressing down into your feet, lifting the hips, holding here for a few more breaths. Feeling your whole body working. Releasing your hands, palms down, and unravel your shoulders. And now carefully lowering your spine down, one vertebra at a time. The hips are last to come down. Nice. Take a breath. We'll hug our knees into our chest just for a moment. And then lower your left foot, bringing your right ankle to the top of your left thigh. Drawing your legs in toward you, interlocking your hands behind your thigh, or just holding wherever feels comfortable to draw your legs in, feeling a bit of a stretch through the right hip. Really starting to relax now, coming toward the end of our practice. Time flies when you go slow. Wow. And release, left foot to the floor, right foot to the floor, and now left ankle to the top of your thigh. Interlocking your hands behind your right thigh. Drawing your legs in. Release. Lower both feet to the floor or your bolster. And then we'll take happy baby, holding the soles of your feet, allowing your legs to move out wide. And direction of your knees and thighs is sliding down alongside your torso, knees moving down toward the floor. Pressing down into the soles of your feet, lengthening your hips down toward the floor. Gently rocking from side to side. Coming back to center. And release. We'll take a gentle spinal twist as our last pose. Straightening out through your left leg, bending your right knee, and taking your knee across your body toward the floor. Resting your left hand on top of your right knee. I've got my right shoulder right up off the floor here because I don't have much mobility through my lower back. But for more intensity and more of a stretch, you can work your right shoulder down toward the floor and your right knee down toward the floor in the opposite direction. Just make sure there's no strain through your lower back area. Good. Come back to center and we'll switch sides. You can start to close your eyes in your practice now, starting to withdraw a little, taking your left knee over to the right, extending your left arm out to the left, working your knee and shoulder down toward the floor in the opposite direction. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest and make some small circles with your knees. Massaging into the sacrum and the hips, releasing through the lower back, changing directions. Good. And release. Making yourself comfortable in Shavasana. Straightening out your legs, arms by your sides, turning your palms up, and utilizing any props that you love to use for Shavasana. Maybe something over your face or an eye pillow. And if you would like to have a little bit of ease in your lower back, you can take a bolster under your knees, giving yourself just a bit of time to settle in, noticing how your mind and body feel after your practice. Noticing if there's more ease and steadiness in your breath. Taking a small moment of gratitude here for yoga, for the practices, for the whole yoga system, connecting us to a higher love and higher purpose, and the impact that it has on our life, our health, our relationships. Continuing to lay where you are, and I'll guide you through some relaxation. All you need to do is relax each body part as I mention it. Taking your breath and your awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relax your toes, from your big toes to your little toes. Relax the soles of your feet and feel your heels getting heavier and heavier. Soften into your ankles and soften into your calf muscles. Relax your knees from the knee joints, so all the tissues surrounding and supporting your knee joints. Relax your thighs, the tops of your thighs, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip. And feel your whole pelvis completely relaxing. Relax into your belly, softening into your abdomen, feeling the sides of your torso as if they're melting down toward the floor. Relax into your chest. Relax your ribs and all the muscles in between each rib. Relax your lungs and soften into your heart center. Moving your awareness up to your collarbones, feeling your collarbones broadening and releasing. Relaxing from the tops of your shoulders, down and around your shoulder blades. Relaxing your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. Relax your wrists and hands. Feel your fingers to be gently curled. Become aware of the gentle prickling sensation of prana and life force circulating your palms. Gently moving your awareness to your lower back area. Feeling your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Feel all the muscles either side of your spine softening and releasing. Your head is heavy as it rests against the floor. Your eyes are getting heavier and heavier. Relax your jaw and soften into your mouth. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Just rest. finding yourself in that beautiful space of your body being relaxed, your mind is calm, that you have clarity and awareness, awake and aware, but deeply relaxed, hovering in that place between wakefulness and sleep. It's a very, very, very restorative state to be in, very rejuvenative for our mind and body. Now, slowly starting to come back into awareness of your body, noticing the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. And very gently wiggling your fingers and toes. And before we close off our practice, we'll take 5 rounds of Goranga breathing, saying the sound Goranga just audible enough that you can hear it so you can stay nice and relaxed. You can go in your own breath rate, just allowing your mind to completely rest in this beautiful spiritual sound. Goranga. 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 And now waking up your body, rocking your head from side to side, and rolling over onto one side before carefully pressing yourself up to sit. And we'll finish our practice by bringing our palms together in prayer position, bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other, and bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.